If you have been around since everything began here in crypto, you'd know that time and time again, risks take place and the whole market falls into a slump. Nobody knows how long these periods take, as the market is really volatile. And it can definitely cause some investors to chicken out because apparently waiting is too much for them. And I get that. You really can't blame them for dumping their assets during times like these because, as cliche as it sounds, only time can tell when the next rally will take place. It might be tomorrow, the week to come, or next month. And this is the reason why we are making videos like this. This is Diversified Streams, your go-to YouTube channel for all things crypto. If you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button so you don't miss out on the latest news and tips related to crypto, and make sure to keep your notifications on so you'll be updated with our latest videos. We post frequently so you wouldn't want to miss it. In today's video, which I think you already have an idea of because of the title, we are talking about the relatively fresh news in crypto about Elon Musk dumping his Bitcoin assets. He is pretty influential in the crypto scene and has been quite public with all his crypto agenda. So I think it would be acceptable to make a video about the recent big decision that he made. Of course, we'll also be delving into other news as well, such as the nearing merge in Ethereum and a lot more updates in the crypto space. So let's get going. Okay. So the news of Elon Musk laying off or selling a large chunk of his Bitcoin holdings has been reported only a few days later. And I must say, the opinions about it have been divided to say the least. Going over the specifics of this news, Elon Musk's Tesla decided to sell off 75% of its Bitcoin shares. And this is not a thing they just decide to do now, because in actuality, they have been doing it in the last 3 months. At least, that's what he said during his announcement of his Q2 earnings for Tesla. You'd be surprised to know that the reason behind this pretty big decision of Musk is not much different than those who also decided to do the same with their Bitcoin assets. In a recent interview, Musk himself said that they had to sell a bunch of their Bitcoin shares due to the uncertainty that comes along with the current market, especially given the fact that COVID restrictions are once again imposed tightly in China. Moreover, he explained that they converted most of their Bitcoin assets to fiat for a realized gain, offset by impairment charges on the remainder of what they hold, ultimately netting a total of $106 million of cost to the profit and loss included within restructuring and other matters. This does not mean that they have completely abandoned Bitcoin, as they obviously still have 25% worth of Bitcoin assets. Musk also assured those who were able to watch the interview that what they had done is certainly not a final verdict on Bitcoin, but rather an action done as a way to rectify all their concerns regarding their assets' liquidity given the current COVID situation in China. I do not know if it gives you any assurance, but Elon also said that all their Dogecoin holdings are still intact. So that's great news, I guess. Now personally, don't take my word for what I'm about to say because this is just my take on what has happened and it might not be the same for you, but I'll say it anyway. What we are hearing from Elon is just him being the classical troll that he is. If you guys have no recollection of what he said last year, he actually told the public about his stance on Bitcoin. And it is the opposite of what he just did recently. A year ago, he said that he would not be dumping any of his Bitcoin holdings. And a year after, here we are, hearing the news that he just sold 75% of them. I guess it can't be helped given the reasons, but I think we're already seeing the type of guy Elon is from what we just recently witnessed. Anyway, enough of my personal opinions. Let's talk about how this decision of Elon Musk could potentially affect the whole cryptocurrency space. Tesla selling off their inventory is something that we have not seen yet in this industry, meaning that it has happened on multiple occasions in the market. While the reasons may vary, the most well-known reason why these sell-offs take place is to maintain their cash flow positive, among others. From what we know as well, Tesla still has 25% of Bitcoin holdings left on their balance sheet, which really tells us that it is not a sell-all situation. And given that the reasons are in no way different from what others who had sold prior, it just means that the sale did not bank on anything entirely centered on Bitcoin's fundamentals. Of course, we've seen people reacting differently to the news. There are those who think that it is a pretty big headline in the market, while there are those who actually feel like it's just another overhyped piece of news that's taking too much publicity. Both opinions are valid if you ask me. considering that the sell-off already took place a couple of times and they still have a fourth of their total holdings in their inventories. Amid this news, we are still seeing Bitcoin standing at $23,000, Celsius, Luna, 3 Arrow Capital, and other relevant altcoins, and the ongoing FUD. If you ask me, this is something that we can only describe as amazing, considering the stats we are seeing in the market today. How about you guys? What do you feel about this whole Elon Musk selling Bitcoin situation? Do you think it's big and influential for most Bitcoin holders? Or do you think that it's something not worth spending time over? I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Keep them coming in the comments section down below. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet. While we're at it, I feel like it's also worth saying that the views and opinions we have on our videos are nothing but our own thoughts. So we would really appreciate it if you take whatever we say with a grain of salt. We're not really experts on crypto, nor are we a financial analyst whom you can always turn to when it comes to your decisions. All we ever do is give you the freshest bits in crypto, and we would love to keep doing so. And back to our regular programming. We'll take a break from all the Bitcoin stuff and head on to Ethereum. So I know many of you are pumped about the coming merge in ETH, but I'd like to tell you something that Vitalik Buterin said about Ethereum being 55% complete post-merge. In a recent conference in Paris, Buterin said that contrary to the public's perception that after the merge everything about Ethereum is done, what we are seeing, or rather what we are about to witness, is only a part of the 4 phases Ethereum is bound to enter. We have the merge, the surge, the verge, and the purge. I'm not going too deep into each of these phases, but I'll tell you a little about each. The merge, which is bound to happen around September 19th, is the transition of the network from proof of work to proof of stake. The surge is what comes after, which is all about the addition of 64 chart chains expected to lessen the congestion on the main chain through means of traffic distribution. Thirdly, we have the verge, which is all about the decentralization of the network by having additional stateless clients. Lastly, Phase 4 of the process is purge, which is all about the removal of historic data in order to streamline the network. So you see, this is not yet the end for Ethereum, nor is it bound to end anytime soon. Next in our updates today, we have the Justice Department filing charges against Coinbase for allegedly conducting inside trades. This was originally publicized via a tweet saying that an ETH address was located that had a history of buying hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of tokens, exclusively posted in the Coinbase asset listing post a day before it was published. The regulators saw this and were notified of what was doing, and did their work by stepping in and taking the necessary actions. This is a really good piece of news, as we are seeing how our regulators are trying to establish a stronger sense of security in crypto, which I think is a good thing to note for potential investors. The last piece of update we have is something truly exciting, as we are yet again seeing another collaboration in crypto. This time, it is between the truly iconic game Final Fantasy and Polkadot. The game has finally decided to join Polkadot in the Square Enix Engine Alliance. This is in order to create a platform where NFT collectibles may be sold as part of the role-playing video game franchise. We have yet to know more about this upcoming collaboration, but we do know that it will be released in 2023, and a lot of people are really excited about it. That's everything for today's video, guys. I hope you learned something new today, especially about the Elon Musk and Bitcoin news update. Share your thoughts and own updates that we might have missed featuring in today's video. And do not forget to give us a like and subscribe to be a part of our growing crypto family. This has been Diversified Streams. Thanks a lot, and see you in our next video.